Hey, this is Ciderhelm, and welcome to the Vainglory Hero Spotlight. Today we're looking at Celeste, a gifted mage who commands the stars. Celeste lights the way for her team, calling upon her stars for both artillery and long-range reconnaissance. Though fragile, she is well-suited to fighting from the furthest edges of battle. Celeste's perk, Julia's Light, changes her basic attacks into spells that deal primarily crystal damage and increase in damage based on her crystal power. Additionally, her basic attacks briefly reveal opponents when they strike. Celeste's first ability, Heliogenesis, creates a small star at a target location, dealing a burst of crystal damage to nearby enemies. This star remains on the ground for several seconds. Though it will not continue to deal damage, it does grant vision in a small area around it. If Celeste casts Heliogenesis on an already existing star, the star will go supernova, dealing increased damage across a much wider area. The Heliogenesis Overdrive substantially increases its casting range. I recommend learning Heliogenesis at level 1, upgrading it first, and taking its overdrive in nearly all situations. Celeste's second ability, Core Collapse, triggers a chain reaction at a nearby location. After a short delay, enemies within the area are stunned and take crystal damage. The Core Collapse Overdrive increases the stun duration while substantially decreasing its cooldown. I recommend learning Core Collapse at level 2, upgrading it second, and taking its overdrive over the final rank in the ultimate when survivability is more important than increased damage. Celeste's ultimate, Solar Storm, fires several stars across the map, striking enemies along their path. The lead star pierces through all targets, dealing crystal damage to them. However, the trailing stars will detonate and deal crystal damage in an area on the first enemy they strike. Stars deal significantly reduced damage to non-heroes. Additionally, the stars deal no damage to structures, though trailing stars will still impact them. Upgrading Solar Storm increases the number of trailing stars, dealing more damage and making it harder for enemies to avoid. I recommend learning all 3 ranks when you want to maximize damage. When playing Celeste as a mage, I strongly recommend focusing heavily in the crystal tree. Start your build with a Frostburn, then shift immediately towards Tier 2 travel boots. These 2 items, along with the increased range from your Heliogenesis Overdrive, will make it much easier to keep your distance. If you're most comfortable at a range, I recommend items like Shatterglass, Clockwork, and Broken Myth to really make her shine. If you prefer close quarters or can't otherwise avoid them, Aftershock and Alternating Current are strong additions to a build. When playing Celeste, there's a dance you'll need to master. Watch how cautious I'm being, inching up to place stars and immediately falling back as the star is forming. Because of Crystal Celeste's extreme vulnerability, learning this ebb and flow is often the difference between life and death, especially against mobile assassins. Before fights break out, I'm careful to look for tactical places to drop my stars. Brush and choke points like this are ideal locations for new stars, as they establish a vision perimeter for my team, and could potentially allow a supernova on approaching enemies. Petal has been caught, and Arden and I are moving in to help. As Arden activates his ultimate, take note of my abilities. I've already dropped a star, and I'm about to land a Core Collapse stun on both Catherine and Kashka. This virtually guarantees that I'll land the following supernova. Following the stun supernova combo, I'm immediately chaining my Solar Storm to deliver a devastating broadside. Landing another star and an Aftershock-enhanced Julia's Light attack seals Catherine's fate. Arden activates Warhorn, allowing us to quickly close on the retreating Saw. Watch how I'm leading my shots. Because of the delay on Celeste's abilities, they all require careful aim on moving targets. With a Vanguard from Arden, Saw has no chance to escape from us, even this close to his sanctuary. Thanks for watching the Celeste Hero Spotlight. Download Vainglory free on the Apple App Store and join us in the Halcyon Fold.